I'm Ellen McCauley at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York, and I'm riding a little high because we just had a beautiful testimony by one of our members who's lost 40 pounds. And I'd like to direct everyone's eyes to the back of one of the log sheets where it says, "Listen and silent are spelled with the same letters." Now, I've never realized that listen and silent. Now, Jessica was just talking about reading the Bible and having God be in us and be great in us. But if we don't listen to what He's telling us, if we don't take that little prod to walk across the street or take that little prod from Him to say, yes, I'll join again, then we lose out. And I want to talk a little bit about listening tonight, listening to God, listening to each other, and listening to our body. And in the package, you'll have a log for this week. You'll also have a log for April 6th, so which starts on the 7th, and then April 14th. Also included is John chapter 11 for you to read for April 20th. But the first article I want to talk about tonight is, and I'm almost there, Pray It Offers, try not to lick my fingers, is learning to listen to God. God is constantly talking to us. Constantly. But are we listening? We think He's going to talk in a regular voice. Like, "Hey, Ellen, how you doing?" God talks to us through other people. He talks to us through the Bible. He talks to us through our conscience, the Holy Spirit. But we have to make ourselves available through reading the Bible, through being quiet, through shutting up every once in a while. My mind is a cacophony of going, what about this, what about that, what about this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Turn it off. Shut up. Let it go. Listen to God. And that's why you can read the Bible in a prayerful manner and just read it. Be quiet. Read it. Feel what God is saying to us. Because guess what? We don't have all the answers. Does anyone here think they have all the answers? I don't even have all the questions. I don't even know, what's it all about, Elfie? I don't know. We need to shut up and listen to God. And we also have to make sure that we're separating God's desires from our desires. Like we're like, God, do you want me to have that hot fudge brownie sundae? And then we listen and we say, yeah, are you saying yeah, God? Because I think you're saying yeah. You're saying I can do my diet tomorrow? Is that what you're saying, God? I thought so. And you start eating the brownie sundae. But you really need to think, what is God saying to me about my eating choices, about my life, about what I'm doing? And I also think you have to be careful about saying, God told me to do this. I once had a person who quit the group. And she says to me, you know, Ellen, I prayed about it. And God told me that to quit the group. I said, really? That's interesting, because I prayed about it, and God told me He didn't want you to quit the group. And she looked at me like I was crazy, because she thought, oh my gosh, I had such a good response, and she came back with that. And then I said, no, I'm only kidding. And then we had a nice conversation, and she's sitting in this room tonight. You don't have to raise your hand. But the thing is, you have to be careful about what you say God told me. Now, do I feel that God told me to start praying off? Does anyone doubt that? I really think He told me to. He didn't whisper in my ear. I didn't hear His voice. But in my heart, I know. And the proof is in the diet pudding. It's right here. Also, when we're listening to God, we have to actively listen. We have to read the Bible, and there's some little tips in here too. Also, we have to try to understand what God says, trust in what God says. And here's the most important thing: change. Be transformed. Yes, I listened to God when he said start praying off. But at the same time, he was saying, Ellen, you got to take care of yourself, girlfriend. You got to eat less. You got to move more. You got to pray more. I never read the Bible like I'm reading it now. I never did. I can't wait. Every night I'm on a different chapter. I'm reading it, and I did not do that, and I want to do that now. I am changed. I am transformed by what God said, and I know so many people in this room are too. There has to be a spiritual change, then a mental change, then the physical change. Someone asked me tonight, what do you do when you get that gnawing urge to overeat or snack? What do you do? And I don't get it. I don't have it. It used to be 9:30 at night. I'm like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? I had that gnawing urge. 9:30 at night, now I'm in bed sleeping. I'm tired. I'm old. But the thing is, we need to just change. The lesson is obvious. We are to listen so we can learn to trust the Lord. To fail to listen shows our determination to pursue life through our own resources and foolishness. When we try to do things on our own without God, I think we can stumble and fall. And there's many ways to hear God. Going to a counselor, by other people's encouragement, by song or music. I play a song every week before group time because I hear God in music. I don't know if anybody else does. I hear him. I hear him in the words, the lyrics. That's why I put the lyrics in here. God speaks to me through music. He communicates through the Holy Spirit. He communicates through the people in our lives. That's why when I'm walking down the street, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hi, you know. People want to have a connection, have someone who cares. And just remember this. If you think God is telling you something like, go ahead and take that money from somebody else's drawer. If you think God's telling you that, he's not. Because God never contradicts his word. God never contradicts the Bible. Jesus is the same today and always. So if there's anything you feel God is telling you to do that contradicts his word, it's not God talking. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.